Hi guys, this video is going to be for my Sun, Moon, Rising Libras for the month of March. We're going to go over what it is you guys can expect to be feeling, manifest, go through. What you guys are currently looking at is the energy you can expect to be feeling walking into the month of March, and then we're going to update these transits as we get to it. So, March 1st, Venus goes retrograde in Aries in your 6th house. Oh, I'm sorry, in your 7th house, I apologize. In 10 degrees. That's Kylo, drinking water, right on time. So a retrograde, this is going back. This is a redo, a review, revisiting something so you can make it better. Kylo wants to make an appearance, so here he is. So what do you guys really want? I'm going to go over what I channeled for the collective and then how it's going to affect you guys personally. So what do you guys really want? Think of that scene from The Notebook. You know, when he's like, what do you want? And she's like, I don't know. Spiritual growth when it comes to your confidence on the topic of romance and knowing what you won't put up with and what you deserve. A change is taking place, or knowing there is a need for an inner change, but this feels like you're going back to something left unfinished. The energy feels like, how do I get to where I want to go? Trying to figure out a plan, but not much action, out of protection for yourself. I see a little birdie writing, and this feels like journaling, but not much action. Okay, so let's get to it. So Venus going retrograde in your 7th house. So the first place I'm going to look is Libra, your 1st house. Why? Because Venus rules Libra. Venus also rules Taurus. So I'm going to look at your 8th house in a second. So your 7th house of committed relationships, partnerships, business partnerships, basically anything serious where there's signed contracts or an exchange in money is what I want you guys to think of. And this potentially getting slowed down or backfiring, or you may be questioning this at this time. So Lilith being in your 1st house in Libra, hold on. Okay, so how I see this playing out based off what I'm channeling for you guys specifically, with Lilith and Libra in your 1st house, I feel like there may be some anger around relationships. So you're putting in the work with that Mars in the 10th house in Cancer, because Mars is the ruler of Aries. And Chiron is currently there. Venus is currently there in retrograde. You're having like a relationship with yourself, putting in the work that's needed around like your emotions in order to attract better relationships. I'm seeing you guys put in the hard work. So whether this is like having a better relationship with yourself, you guys could be healing something, because they were showing me a Band-Aid. So I would want to look at where Saturn is, because I kept seeing something that was representing Saturn to me. Saturn's in your 6th house in Pisces, so the house of healing, daily regimen, work. So again, the 10th house belongs traditionally to Saturn. Mars is here. So conflicts, or we can look at this as motivation. So I think your anger may be motivating you guys to work towards a better relationship with yourself in order to to love yourself, in order to get the relationship you want. Something like that. I feel like this is how it's working. So Uranus, yes, Uranus in your 8th house in Taurus. If the 8th house can be looked at as like internal, like your inner world, but also the things going on behind your back, or intimacy, sudden surprises. You guys could suddenly, all of a sudden, love yourselves. You guys could suddenly, all of a sudden, value yourselves if you didn't before. I feel like Sun, Moon, Rising Libras do have difficulty with this. Why? Because the 2nd house is in Scorpio. We have this thing where we value intimacy, deep bonds, merging one's souls, But the thing is, usually we end up attracting the opposite of this. It's like our karmic journey, because we end up giving too much of ourselves. So it's like, in order to get what it is we want, we have to become, and I know this sounds like mean, and I'm not trying to insult anybody, but we have to truly become healthy, because like giving too much of ourselves is not healthy. It's not. So I think like we have a very like amazing opportunity right now to gain like self-awareness in areas of our life that maybe we lacked in. Especially with Jupiter being in the 9th house. Jupiter traditionally rules the 9th house. And it's in Gemini. Mercury rules Gemini. Mercury's just about to go into Aries in your 7th house. So yeah, there's definitely going to be some type of spiritual awareness here. Okay. Anything else I want to say to that? If it's not about a relationship with yourself, which can then, for some of you that are, for those of you that are just looking to get a better relationship with yourself, there you go. For those of you that are looking to get a better relationship with yourself in order to attract the right people, there you go. For those of you that are just looking to get better, I don't know, business contracts, or do better in business, or become an entrepreneur, or get the right job, 100%, this is your year. 1000%, once Jupiter enters Cancer and Uranus enters Gemini. Okay. I'm sure there's got to be other transits going on for you guys specifically, and not just those two, but amazing things. Okay, let's continue. I'm going to get too caught up like usual. March 2nd, Mercury in Pisces in your 6th house, conjunct Neptune in Pisces in your 6th house in 28 degrees. Okay, 28 degrees is a Cancer degree. So I'm going to look at your 4th house, but I'm also going to look at Cancer in your 10th. So conjunct is when it's neighbor energy, meaning like literally neighbors, like think of it that way. Strong energy, intensified energy, two energies merging. You will feel both of these energies at once. So in general, when Mercury is talking to Neptune, if Mercury is communication, your thoughts, writing, and it's talking to Neptune, which is intuition or potentially illusions. If it's daydream energy, I'm only going to name a few things. If it's far distance lands, if it's magic, let's just leave it there. I don't want to go too far. Then I feel like you guys probably, more than likely, would have just been daydreaming. You guys could have been daydreaming about, oh, wait a minute, hold on. Okay, sorry about that. I just think this is going to be daydream energy about work, because I do believe that for a lot of you, or at least for some of you, that Venus in retrograde in your 7th house is going to be talking about trying to get a different job, or trying to be an entrepreneur, being driven, because Mars in the 10th house is talking about being driven to achieve when it comes to your status or how you're seen in the world publicly, or being driven to achieve with your career. So for those of you that are looking to achieve at your current job, like this is the year to do it. Or for those of you that are looking to be an entrepreneur, this is the year to do it. So especially Venus being in 10 degrees further like confirms it for me. And again, even if it's like not that, and it's more just like a relationship with yourself, the 10 degrees confirms it for me too, because the 10 degrees just means you're taking it very seriously, like Saturnian energy. So I feel like the Mercury conjunct Neptune energy is connected to this, like your mind is connected to a dream that you want to make a reality. So for some of you, it's going to be talking about this career, and for some of you, it's going to be talking about a relationship. Okay, so first I'm going to tell you how I think this is going to manifest for you guys, because I just feel like it's so straightforward. So if the sixth house traditionally belongs to Virgo energy, I'm going to look at Virgo. You guys have the south node here. It's literally the past, right? Neptune energy, Pisces energy talks about the future and the past. So I feel like your mind, Mercury, will be on the past. I think this is also why you guys are going to be looking to healing. I think you're going to be trying to heal the past. Or for some of you, this is also why you could be looking to achieve at this time. You could be looking to healing the workplace. You could be looking to heal... for those of you that don't feel like you've achieved at work or like in your life with money, or I know I'm repeating myself here, but like if you don't feel successful, I feel like this is maybe painful for you guys and you're looking to achieve, okay? So your mind may be, oh my God. Okay, as I was saying. Because also your fourth house, right? I said before, 28 degrees is Cancer energy. Fourth house traditionally is ruled by Cancer. You guys have this in Capricorn. Capricorn traditionally rules the 10th house. I think you guys are going to have success on the mind when it comes to business or work, whichever one this is for you guys. If it's not business, because again, your 10th house is actually Cancer, which means you want to do something emotionally fulfilling. You want to work with people where they feel like family. You want your job to feel like, I already said this, fulfilling, sorry. If it's not this, then yeah, for some of you, I guess this could be having a family with that sixth house, the body. You guys could be looking into, what do you call that? I forgot the word for it, I'm sorry, but like other things to help you guys get pregnant during this time. With that north node in Pisces in the sixth house. And Uranus in the eighth house in Taurus. Yeah, you guys could definitely be looking to achieve with having a family at this time. That could be what this is too. There could be some anger around the body with Lilith in the first house. Yeah, I didn't think of that. I'm sorry. Investa in Scorpio. I'm jumping ahead. I'm sorry. But passion here. All right. We'll just leave it there. But this could be that as well. What else did I want to say? I'm missing something. Mercury conjunct Neptune. Did I already say relationships? Your mind would be on the past, relationships. I said work. What about working out? For some of you, this would definitely be talking about wanting to appear physique. Hopefully you followed that. You want to look good publicly. So you may have had this on your mind. You may be going back to old ideas with that south node in the Virgo in your 12th house. I think honestly, whether you guys are in shape or not, this is always on your mind with Virgo in the 12th. I think no matter what, we're always obsessed with our body. I'm not a Libra, but I'm a rising Libra. I'm always obsessed with how I look. Even if I'm overeating or if I'm binge eating, I'm like, I hate myself. Like, we're always obsessed with our body. I would be shocked if you guys said no. I mean, think about Britney Spears. That's a rising Libra. And she's got, well, she has Mars in Virgo, so she's definitely going to be obsessed with this. But Virgo in the 12th, this is the body. I mean, and it's in our unconscious, so. All right. So what did I channel for the collective? Traveling, far distance places, out of the country, near water. That's another thing. I'm sorry. Yeah, traveling for work. And it would be somewhere you've traveled before with the South Node in Virgo. Daydreamer, trouble focusing, where did the time go, escapism. Or I think you guys could be talking to people that you've worked with before from the past. Conversations about non-tangible things, spirituality, religion, a belief system, or talking about traveling, or planning a trip, or talking to people who don't live close to you, or who speak another language, or who are a different culture. Seeing psychics, astrologers, writing a book, a movie, journaling, self-reflecting, watching a movie, talking while escaping, meaning drinking. Sorry. That same day, we have the Sun in Pisces in your 6th house, squaring Jupiter in Gemini in your 9th house. So a square is a tension. Why do I keep saying it that way? It's tension, okay? It's a block. It's a holdup. More time is required. So the way I look at this is, I look at this as Saturn, because think about being in a room all day and you're not given your phone, you're not given a pen or paper, and you have so many thoughts, and you can't write anything down. So it's like all that energy is like built up, and then somebody opens the door and then all of that energy comes out and it gets dispersed everywhere, and it doesn't get out in the way that it was supposed to. So usually there's miscommunication, there's arguments, it's a lot of friction, but you want to take action. But usually more time is required. So this is why I feel like it's a karmic lesson, because it's like you need time to think this through. So I feel like with this energy, what I channel with the collective is feeling super confident, but not really seeing things as they are, but more so seeing them the way that makes you feel really good. You may be gaslighting yourself here. I think as long as you don't lead people on with your words or push people's boundaries by the topics you choose to engage in, potentially a belief system, this is fine. But the problem is, will you be able to see this? So the advice here is to try to tread lightly. Either feeling really confident, happy, lucky, optimistic, or the complete and total opposite. So before you go out and potentially gamble on this day, ask yourself the following: what are you risking by doing this, and should you? Having fun is great, but the consequences may not make it worth it. Difficulty seeing or understanding something clearly. Feeling blocked or keeping people out. You may want to, in conversation, express the knowledge you feel confident about, and that's fine. Just make sure it's not too preachy. You don't want to go overboard here. Everyone loves a confident person who has everyone's attention, but try to make sure it's on a topic everyone feels comfortable about. For example, religion, spirituality, maybe not so much. Understand other people's boundaries in every literal sense. Try to really pay attention, because if you are feeling really good around this transit, you may not see the no, but no means no. I want to say this in the nicest way possible, but if you experience the nice version of this energy, enjoy it. But you may be enjoying the delusion of it. It gives me Sun square Neptune vibes, which in theory, you may need this energy in order to make big things happen in one's life that seem absolutely delusional to the rest of the world. But at the same time, you really need to be cautious, because you can get in trouble here for not seeing things the way everyone else does. So go you if this ends up being you in a positive way, but try to pay attention if possible. All right, so March 4th, Mercury enters Aries in your 7th house. So what I channel for the collective is conversations about yourself. Try to think before you speak, because you may regret how you said what you said, not that you said it. Try not to drive too fast. A dirty mind. Talking way too fast, so slow it down just a little. Not wanting to fight, but you're also not willing to back down. Arguments in your head with yourself, because Mars is arguments and Aries is the self. For those that are on the dating apps, talking to multiple people, so go slow due to the Venus and Aries being in retrograde and Mars, the ruler of Aries, being in Cancer. Hold on, I want to go back to arguments in your head with yourself. Like, yeah, that will definitely manifest that way, for sure. But another way it can manifest is motivating yourself. And I feel like based off what I was seeing with Lilith in your first house, you're also going to be driven to be motivated, to have confidence in yourself. Your higher self will be guiding you down a specific path to choose from. This connects to Venus in Aries in retrograde and Mars in Cancer. For some of the collective, I'm seeing something specific about the male regarding this transit. Arguments with the mother or home. Knowing something is coming your way. Some of you may be moving during this time. Okay, so Mercury rules Virgo and Mercury rules Gemini. And it's entering Aries, and Mars rules Aries, and this is your 10th house. So if 7th house is committed relationships, business partnerships, for sure, I think, again, some of you will be talking to people that either you've worked with or maybe that you've dated at work, for sure. Because again, South Node is in Virgo. So maybe because the 12th house is the hidden house, for those of you who have had hidden relationships, you guys would be talking to people that you have hooked up with, people you've slept with, especially with Mars in the 10th. Yes, for sure. Jupiter, anytime I see Jupiter, I know Jupiter is definitely like the teacher. It's wisdom, it's spirituality, it's traveling, yes. But I also feel like this is Zeus energy. So I think of sex. I just do. Just like Virgo energy. I think this can also be sex. It's very sexual. There's a high sex drive there. Because it's the body traditionally in that 6th house. It's like it's overly stimulated, so it's like it needs an outlet. I think this is why. I know this is why. So Jupiter being in Gemini is overly stimulated. So, and it's in the 9th house nonetheless. So yeah, I think Mercury being in Aries, an overly stimulated energy. So I think this is definitely going to manifest in hidden affairs. Make sure you guys are aware, because you guys are Sun, Moon, Rising Libras. I feel like you guys are usually part of an affair unbeknownst to you guys. Although it's funny, because I feel like I hear the opposite sometimes. I feel like sometimes, or maybe that's Libra men I hear that about. Never mind. Because I'm a firm believer there's a huge difference between the zodiac signs with the men and the woman. Like Aries men and Aries women, they are not the same. We are not the same. Focus. So anyway, hold on one second. How else is this going to manifest? Contracts, for sure. Signing contracts. Cross your T's, dot your I's, for sure. Why? Because Mercury is about to go into retrograde. I'm a firm believer that we don't have the exact dates. I don't care. I don't care that astrology, that people say it's an exact math. No, it's not. I'm sorry. I don't believe that. I don't think you can get that sky up there as an exact math. I just don't. I think we can get it very close. Meaning, I guess what I'm really trying to say is that I think it hits us all very differently. That's what I'm really trying to say. So, a Mercury retrograde may hit somebody a few days before it actually is technically a Mercury retrograde. And if it's going to your 7th house of contracts, and if you have Lilith in Libra, Libra energy is contracts, be careful. Just be careful. Because Venus is in retrograde. You may be signing contracts where you're going to regret it later because it's costing you a lot of money. But where's the sun? It's in Pisces. Yeah, the South Node's in the 12th house. Hold on one second. What I want to say is this. Besides cross your T's, dot your I's, read all the asterisks, take your time, take your sweet time. Don't let anyone rush you. I think whatever, and obviously this isn't going to manifest this way. Not everyone out there is going to be having to sign contracts, right? I think it's just going to cost a lot of money with that Venus in retrograde. That's all I want to say. All right, anything else? Juno in Sagittarius, and Jupiter in Gemini, Mercury in Aries, Mars in Cancer. Yeah, for some of you, this would be talking about moving. Hold on. Okay, based off what I'm seeing when I channel, with that South Node in Virgo, since Mercury rules Virgo, you guys may feel guided based off of any arguments you may be having, because Mercury is in Aries, and sometimes this can be very confrontational, argumentative, or people mistake this as argumentative by being straight up or being very direct. Sometimes people miss the actual words because this energy is being too direct. So because it's like such a shock, people are so like taken back that they're actually not hearing the words that this energy is saying. So then they just want to fight back. So because of this, I feel like you guys are going to be guided by spirit with that North Node in Pisces, with the Sun in Pisces as well, to take direction, to move, because there could be arguments at home or wherever it is you guys live at this time, with Capricorn in the 4th house. The reason I'm going there is because Mars is in Cancer. Cancer traditionally belongs in the 4th house, but right now you guys have Mars there. So there could be disagreements. Mars is the original ruler of Aries. So there could be a break in contract, whatever, you know what I'm trying to say, a conflict at this time, and you guys may be signing a new contract. You may feel guided by spirit to do what's best for you guys, what is healing or healthy, and to go after whatever you feel is best. That's what I'm seeing. Okay, let's move on. Did I talk about romantically Mercury in Aries? Sorry. No, I didn't, right? So Mercury being in the 7th house, you guys may be talking to people. So for people who are single and looking to date, I would say wait until Mercury and Venus is direct. I feel like you guys will do that regardless, just because of Lilith being in your 1st house. But for those of you that just want to have fun, tread lightly with Mars in Cancer, because it's diluted here. You're going to be interacting with very sensitive men at this time who are holding on to the past. Because you got the South Node in Virgo in your 12th house. Saturn's the ruler of Capricorns in your 6th house in Pisces. So when it comes to guys, I feel like Of course, since Venus is in retrograde, it's going to be attracting people from the past. I think more so once Mercury goes into retrograde. But of course, when Venus is in retrograde, this is going to happen too. So Mercury rules Virgo, 12th house. The 6th house is open enemies. But Pisces energy in the 6th house, if Pisces traditionally rules the 12th house, this is hidden. So I feel like the people that you attract back from the past, they just wouldn't be open. They wouldn't be very honest. Because the thing is with Chiron being in Aries in the 7th, you guys are attracting people who are hurt themselves. So, and this is because you guys are still working on whatever pain that you guys have experienced as well in relationships. Like you guys are still healing this aspect. So I feel like you guys are still going to attract people like this. So think of it this way. If Mars is the ruler of your 7th house, if I could tell you anything, so I don't allow astrology to dictate my life. However, there are certain transits that I would be like, yeah, I'm definitely I'm gonna follow through with this. This has got something here. Mars being in Cancer, I would not. Because that's telling you the type of energy you're going to be attracting into your life. This is, and I'm sorry for anybody who has this natally, I am. I would not want to attract those type of men into my life because this is not masculine energy. So, and this is the type of man, this is the type of man you guys are going to attract into your life, is a man that has not let the past go, because Cancer energy is the past. A man that is not going to be open or honest because the South Node's in the 12th house. So there would be like a hidden agenda, hidden motives. And also they would be competing with you with that stellium in the 6th house. They would really be your enemy. I know it's in Pisces energy, so you may be thinking, what? The 6th house is still the 6th house. This is why in astrology the 6th house does not get a great rap. There's good things to the 6th house because you're a healer, but it's not easy. So tread lightly. I'm not saying don't date. Just be self-aware, that's all. Jupiter being in Gemini in the 9th house, Mercury ruling Gemini, and the South Node being in Virgo, I don't think these people would be stupid either. And Mercury being in Aries isn't a stupid energy. Lilith being in Libra, there would be anger. So I just feel like you guys would be attracting people. I don't know if you guys heard that. So like this weird thing happens. Nobody lives above me. And I know people who watch this are going to be like, you're just reading into it. No, I'm fucking not. Anytime I talk about specific things, there's always this loud fucking bang right above me. And I just always, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm going to stop talking about it. Anyway, so yeah, with Pluto in the 5th house, there's amazing things about romance that are happening for you guys, but at the same time, you got to also be aware about people trying to dominate or manipulate you guys. So yeah, and I'll leave that there. All right, March 5th, Mercury in Aries in your 7th house, sextiles Pluto in Aquarius in your 5th house. So you got your 7th house and your 5th house talking to each other, and it's a sextile. So a sextile is the potential, it's blessings, it's manifesting energy, meaning like you have to take action. So I feel like a sextile, I never looked at it like this, but it's like a Mars energy, because in order for Aries to manifest, they have to take action. Otherwise, nothing will ever happen. So the same thing with a sextile. So if you put work into this, you can make something happen here, but only if you take action. If you do nothing, this is an energy that will just sit. So what I channeled for the collective is transformative conversations, conversations where you're giving advice to your friends or clients, changing the way you speak, putting efforts into friendships or putting effort into humanitarian things, transforming your own mind or learning how to do this on the internet for yourself, or just learning something new, possibly related to some type of activity, related to water or technology, water and technology, I'm sorry. Learning how to become powerful on social media in order to increase your money, conversations about sex or just passionate conversations, traveling, becoming a powerful leader, speaker. So for you guys specifically, with what is it? It's the 7th house and the 5th. So romance, committed relationships, or this could be a relationship with yourself and creative endeavors, or this could be talking about having children with whoever you guys are with right now. This could be being an entrepreneur, taking this more seriously, your money situation, because we got Mercury, Venus here, and then Pluto, especially because Uranus, the ruler of Aquarius, is in that 8th house, and Pluto rules that 8th house. And Mars is the original ruler of Scorpio energy, and it's in the 8th house right now. So, anyway, what do I think this means for you guys? Definitely transforming your mind. I don't want to repeat too much of this stuff because honestly, I feel like I pretty much said it, how it can manifest for you guys. But I feel like this could be having conversations with yourself, literally, because I feel like the 7th house in Aries for you guys could literally be having a relationship with yourself. Why Aries? The self. Or it could be having conversations with people that you're already dating and taking it like to the next level. Oh, you know what song I'm thinking of? Why don't we take it to... Wait. Why don't we take it to the next level? Na, 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 na. It's a good song. Na, na, na. Okay. Sorry. Confidence, I think of, because 5th house energy, this is Leo energy. You guys could learn so much from Leo energy. I know not everybody's a fan. To me, it just depends like on their specific placements, but Leos are the ones who really like make shit happen in their life. So they're on to something. Where was I going with that? Oh, yeah. So confidence, I think, for sure. It could be confidence in order to gain more money or to make something happen in your career. I already said, talking about sex, for sure. I think so. Talking about money. Anything else? Hold on. So I'm seeing the color green. And of course, so this is talking about the heart chakra, which makes sense to me because 5th house traditionally belongs to Leo. So trying to, having the potential to transform your mind about like doing something from the heart or speaking from the heart, making money in a way that is, or doing something publicly where it's just like, so here's the thing. Okay, hold on. Okay, so I feel like with this one, so I'm not a Libra, but as a rising Libra, I got to tell you, like, we have this thing where we try to please other people. And I believe it's because we really, whether we're consciously aware of it or not, it's because we understand on a higher level that there's something better about harmony. Like getting along with people just feels better while we're here. Life is short, it's not long, And I don't know, peace feels so much better. It's probably because Venus rules us, and Venus wants to be comfy. And Venus doesn't feel good when it's not comfortable, you know? And it's not only just about that, it's just like, I don't know, harmonious energy is just, it's not that it's not real, it's real, it is. But there's something true in the fact that, like, where's the integrity if you're not thinking about yourself? Because the truth is, you're going to get all Aries on people if you're constantly thinking about other people and not about yourself. And this is usually where people end up calling us fake, or like, oh my God, I didn't know you were like that. You know, and it's like, what the fuck? And like, oh man, it's the nastiest thing, because it's like, usually what leads them to say these things to us is like, they acted some kind of way. You know, they pushed us. But it doesn't matter, because they wouldn't have pushed us if we didn't have boundaries. If we had boundaries, like, they wouldn't have, you know. So it's like, we have to take some type of accountability instead of like playing victim, which is what we do. We do play victim, right? Like, let's be real. And it's not that, like, it's not coming from a place, like, we really do fall into these traps where people are constantly like pushing our buttons, because they feel like we don't have walls. Like, they feel like they're flexible, and it's like, no bitch, they're not. So this Pluto sextile Mercury is literally giving you guys an opportunity to start thinking for yourself in order to be better for people. I know a lot of people are going to have trouble with this one, because there's this like warped perception out there that, like, I don't know, like, because the thing is this, the karmic journey of rising Libras is like, we were taught to think of other people before ourselves in order to be better people. And like, we needed that on some type of level. Like, there's a whole reason for this, and I get it. But at the same time, it's like, you can't pour from an empty glass, right? So Pluto being in the 5th house, it's like, coming into your true power is being able to pour from a full glass. So Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius, right? It's in your internal world. So it's like, you really need to give to yourself. You need to do whatever the fuck feels right for you. What do you guys value? What do you love to do? Literally, it's Taurus energy. Uranus is still in Taurus. Before Uranus goes into Gemini, other people, it's still in Taurus. And I don't know if you guys know anything about Taurus energy. You can't change a Taurus's mind. I know all about Taurus energy. You can't change these people's minds. When they think they're right, they're fucking right. So, and this is like in our internal world, okay? So there needs to be a shakeup here. We really need to change this idea about, I want to say, how can we have a better relationship with ourselves in order to have a better relationship with people? Because honestly, it may be screwing up our whole drive. It may be screwing up our whole mental well-being, our emotional well-being, mental well-being, all of it. I know it is, because that's rising Libra energy for you. I mean, just look at where all the zodiac signs are in the house placements. You got Libra energy in the 1st house. Libra energy is about other people. You got it in the 1st fucking house. So Pluto sextile Mercury, I'm going to end it here, but I just highly recommend you guys really try to tap into that energy, okay? It's really like critical. March 8th, we got Sun in Pisces in the 6th house, and it's trining Mars in Cancer in the 10th house. So the Sun and Mars, okay. And so a trine, this is energy that comes naturally to you, that sometimes you don't even notice it because it comes so easily. blessings, natural talents, gifts. Sometimes this causes laziness, or this can be something literally being given to you. A gift. So, motivated to take action, confident, feeling like you may be blocked from achieving something, but it doesn't stop you. Conflicts may come easily, but the energy is try again, and never give up. If things don't go as planned, having faith as well as in yourself, being able to see through people's words. So if Mars is in that 10th house, again, this is motivation to achieve when it comes to either your emotional realm, because it's still Cancer at the end of the day. It's still 4th house energy, and it's going to be connected to your career or how you appear publicly. I don't think for all my sun, moon, rising Libras, you guys are all out there trying to achieve in your career. I think some of you already have established careers. So I think for some of you, you guys just may want to change up your look, and you're feeling motivated to do so. And the sun in Pisces in your 6th house would be like shining a light on either like your body, like intuitively you would be feeling guided to do so. Like, okay, let's do something here. We would feel better if we did something here. Because maybe health-wise, it's like you're feeling down. Maybe you're feeling depressed. Maybe you're not feeling your best. Because I feel like when Pisces in the 6th house of health, healing, everyday regimen, it comes and goes. I don't think it's easy with Pisces in the 6th house. I don't think wherever Pisces is, it's ever easy. But in that 6th house, it's fucking annoying. So I think you guys are going to be given an opportunity to take action with whatever it is you need to take action with. For this, I feel like you're going to gain confidence if you've lost motivation in this area in your life. So if you've been knowing like, oh, I know I need to do this, this would be the time frame to do it. What else? Let's see, the sun rules Leo in that 11th house. Uranus is in the 8th house. I'm just getting confidence here. You may have to deal with men and contracts again. Hold on, let's see something. I'm getting something about taking your power back here. So when I look at the 5th house, Leo traditionally rules the 5th house. So the sun rules Leo. And Pluto's here in Aquarius. So I feel like you guys around March 8th may have felt more powerful around this time by taking action through motivation. Could have just felt confident around this time internally with Uranus in that 8th house, because Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius. You guys could have received more money because Taurus energy is involved. And somehow 6th house is involved, so the place of work. You could have been acknowledged, seen, could have gotten compliments. Compliments? I don't know why I said it like that. All right, let's move on. Okay, so March 11th, we have Mercury in Aries, conjunct Venus in Aries in your 7th house in retrograde. Venus is in retrograde. In 8 degrees. 8 degrees is a Scorpio degree. So to me, in the 7th house, this tells me around March 11th, this could have been about money. This could have been about secrets, power dynamics, manipulation, the truth, wanting the truth, detective energy, magic, transformation, wanting to heal. What I channeled for the collective is talk dirty, talk money, talk real, or talk nothing at all. Love, money, self-worth, or being an entrepreneur on the mind, or actual conversations about these topics. These would be old topics that are coming back up. People will want in on your energy, meaning they'll want to talk to you, and for some, they may want to sleep with you, right? Because 8 degrees, that's definitely sex too. Sexual thoughts, a reinvention, revisiting old ideas on your physical appearance and potentially wanting to switch it up. This may have to do with your clothes, hair, makeup, or style. You may feel loner energy and may not feel the same about everyone else. You may, wait, what? Your mind will be transforming for the better. Meaning, if you believe you know everything already, you'll be realizing there is more to learn. People from the past wanting to talk. Okay. So for you guys specifically, again, this may have been the time frame when somebody from the past reached out to you guys. The 8th house, so Uranus in Taurus. So this could have been surprising. This could have been suddenly out of nowhere. Where's Scorpio? Vested Scorpio. So this person could have felt passionately, or this could have been you guys. You guys could have suddenly reached out to somebody. And then where's Pluto? Pluto in the 5th in Aquarius. This person would have reached out. Well, I feel like with nowadays, obviously they would have reached out on either online or on the phone, right? Mercury. Venus rules Taurus. We just went over that, how it could have manifested. Venus rules Libra. There could have been anger around this with how it manifested. Mercury rules Gemini. Jupiter's here. Gemini. Hold on one second. And Mercury rules Virgo South Node. So again, for some of you, why would there have been anger? For some of you, this could have been like a sneaky type of attack or something like that with the South Node in the 12th house. Again, because it's connected to the 6th house, open enemies. Anytime things are in the 12th house, it's like, gives me Mars in 12th house energy. It's like, okay, whatever. Mars is the ruler of Aries, and it's in the 10th house. In Cancer, nonetheless. Cancer's originally rules the 4th house, and Capricorn's there, so masculine energy. Lots of words with Jupiter and Gemini. 3rd house, Juno and Sagittarius, because of Gemini and Jupiter. I just think it would have been somebody from the past that could have reached out to you around this time. And so I guess I want to say it like this. 8 degrees, it's either going to be the evolved Scorpio energy or the unevolved Scorpio energy. Evolved Scorpio energy wants open, full transparency. And unevolved Scorpio energy wants the truth, but doesn't want to give away its truth. It needs to keep... well, I don't need to go that area of it, but yeah, it wants you to give away your truth, and then it may use that against you. So it could have manifested in either way, but like, and it would have had no intentions of doing anything with that information. It would have just been to see where you guys are at, because again, competition, 6th house, Pisces. All right, let's move on. March 12th, Sun in Pisces, conjunct Saturn in Pisces at 22 degrees. Capricorn degree, Saturn degree. All right, being responsible and taking yourself seriously, doing what needs to be done, discipline, being seen for work, being seen for creativity, being connected to your higher self, being able to connect to the divine, your angels, your spirit guides on this day, meaning being able to see things very clearly as they are. If this doesn't end up resonating, I would say pay attention to your intuition or pay attention to your dreams. Okay, so in the 6th house, Sun conjunct Saturn. So this gives me like the energy if you guys are procrastinating. Again, it's like you would be doing the stuff you need to do. Even if you don't want to, it's like you'd be like, nope, doing it today. You would check off all those to-do list things. And for you guys, I wonder if that to-do list in general gets rolled over to the next day, to the next day. So the Sun, rules Leo in your 11th house. Uranus and Taurus conjunct Saturn. Hold on. Okay, so because Saturn's involved, right? If this traditionally rules that 10th house, we have Mars here in Cancer, so taking action on this day, like I said before. We also have the 12th house involved because Pisces energy traditionally rules the 12th house. And the South Node in Virgo's here. So getting things done that you guys have been procrastinating, like I said, catching up on the past because South Node is the past. It could have been like things to do with work or your daily regimen, just things that needed to get done, like, errands. Or things to, I guess for some of you, definitely could have to do with healing, things that you would have found very healing for yourself. Definitely the divine would have been talking to you guys, for those of you that believe in this stuff. Why? Because the 12th house is involved in a very real way. If the 12th house is the place, oh my God, sorry. If the 12th house is the place we come from and the place we go back to, then it's like, think of it like this. It's like a portal. Certain transits open these portals during certain times. So we have access to these energies more so during these transits. So I believe that for some of you who believe in this type of stuff, you would have had access in your dreams or during the day, things of that nature. For those of you that don't believe in that stuff, or it depends what you have going on in your 12th house, because then it's like sometimes these things can be blocked out and make it harder to access. So yeah, what else? The Sun, Pluto in the 5th house, Leo in the 11th. That's really it. I also want to say expressing yourself seriously. That's also what I'm getting, because I'm getting self-expression. All right, let's move on. So March 14th, we have a lunar eclipse full moon in Virgo in our 12th house. Full moons are said to bring a powerful energy that can be a time for letting go, starting fresh, and manifesting intentions because our desires become clear. So I always say this in my videos, I don't think full moons have this effect on everyone. I think there's some people where full moons really affect them big time. I think it depends on whatever's going on in your natal chart personally. But with lunar eclipses and solar eclipses, I think these definitely are powerful and we're all going to feel them. So anyway, lunar eclipses, powerful times for emotional cleansing, renewal, and setting intentions. Time to embrace the natural cycles of transformation and changes. Okay, so what to expect. So for some of you, how to take care of your body, your health is being illuminated, or your daily regimen, or maybe how you go about healing. For some of you, feeling something intuitive about your body. For some of you, hookups. Make sure this is what you want, or do you want more? For me personally, Virgo energy does not always mean squeaky clean energy, but it can mean a freak in the sheets type of energy. So So I think a lot of people will be feeling their body talking to them in that sense, meaning sexual energy. And I'll just leave that there. On the other side of the spectrum, Virgo energy can be very healing when it comes to church or any type of belief system you may have. So something like this may be connected to what you experience. Work. What needs to be fixed in order to make something work for you? You may realize you need to take better care of your physical appearance in order to incorporate better self-care, self-love practices. So for you guys specifically, how do I think it would have affected you guys? Well. 23 degrees is an Aquarius degree. Uranus rules Aquarius. You guys have Uranus in Taurus. So sorry for the background noise. I apologize. So I think for some of you guys would have gotten sick. Would have affected your throat chakra. Taurus, the throat chakra. But, for others, I think, this would be connected to your money, because the 8th house, something would be illuminated here for you guys. Maybe you guys spend money, too much money, on things to have fun. Where's Venus? Oh, in Aries. Oh, yeah, for sure. In retrograde. Yeah. Yes, because Virgo's in the 12th house, where things get lost. What else? Honestly, I feel like I said it all. Let's see, Mercury rules this full moon, lunar eclipse. So let's look at the Mercury rules Gemini, Jupiter. So for those of you trying to have children, you guys got to think about, for those of you trying to have children but having difficulty, you may really need to, especially for my sun, moon, rising Libras, I do feel like a lot of you guys may, and apply common sense, look at your own natal chart. This may not resonate with you, but I feel like a lot of us have difficulty here with children. So it's like we're really called to have a very healthy lifestyle. And usually we have some type of difficulty with this at least in the beginning of our life. I feel like that because usually we don't like ourselves because of others. But then we go on this journey of loving ourselves, and then it makes us want to treat ourselves better and eat better and do better. But because of that, whatever we've done to our body, for those of you where you weren't eating well, or whatever maybe you experienced with your body growing up, you may have difficulty here. So you gotta just with Jupiter in the 9th house, I don't know. I know this isn't seen, at least I don't believe it is, but I know what I channel. The 9th house has something to do with the womb and Virgin Mary. And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to bring religion into it. I'm just trying to talk about people who are trying to conceive at this time or think about this. But I always channel the 9th house talking about bringing the child into the world. And so with Jupiter being here, there's something about learning and knowledge. So, and when I channel this for you guys specifically, I'm seeing something about pregnancy. This could be more so about some type of birth to conception. I have a creative idea for sure. But I think for some of you here, I'm definitely seeing having an idea or wanting to communicate, or going back to an old idea about having a child with whoever you guys are with right now. And you guys may experience some difficulty with this, with Uranus in the 8th house. So you may have to eat better, maybe get what is it called, a nutritionist, or whatever else is out there. Maybe eating holistically, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not medical practitioner, as the disclaimer must go. But yeah, something to just think about. All right, so that same day, Sun in Pisces in your 6th house, sextiles Uranus and Taurus. See, the 6th house, the body, and Uranus in Taurus in the 8th house, your inner world. So think of it this way. It's like, Kylo. Sorry. It's like you can't see what's going on inside, right? This is like what's going on in the 8th house. And the same thing goes on behind your back. This is 8th house energy. 2 different ways of looking at it. And there's a few other ways, but this is where I'm going to take it here. So it's a sextile. So could have manifested this way, maybe not. The feeling of a loud, random surprise due to your genius idea, connected to spirit, intuition, the divine, that you can take action on, which will help you make more money. Yeah, so 8th house, that's also another thing, sorry, making money. Resources with another. Having faith in friendships again. So Pisces is having the faith. Uranus energy is friends, because it rules Aquarius. Let's see, vibing with friends at home or their home or in a comfy, safe space. I'm picking up on having faith in yourself, your self-expression, being confident in the things you talk about and who you're talking to. Having faith and confidence in your wallet, your money situation, because of an idea you have. Being seen, sorry, for your genius, different, innovative ideas online. So that's actually another thing with that full moon. Something could have been illuminated for you guys regarding money and work. Either like going back to an old idea because Venus is in retrograde and it's in that 7th house in Aries, and Mercury's there. That's why I'm aligning it with that. But you guys could all of a sudden randomly, because 23 degrees Aquarius energy, could realize like, and I'm also going there because your 12th house is on the same axis as the 6th house, 6th house of work. 6th house traditionally belongs to Virgo. You guys could have randomly get down from there. You guys could have had a random idea about how to make more money, or a random idea as to how you want to make your money, a random idea like where you want to work, or an old idea like, oh, you know what, actually I want to go back to this place, or let's go back and apply to this place I once worked at or applied at but never heard from. Let me follow back. Or if it's not about work, then it's going to be about healing. Why? 6th house is the house of healing. Pisces, healing. 8th house, healing. Uranus, innovative, shocking, random, healing. Intuition. So yeah, and this can also be through voice of affirmations too. Okay, so March 15th, Mercury in Aries goes retrograde in 9 degrees in your 7th house. Sorry, I was just thinking, wait, did I say with that full moon lunar eclipse, since Mercury is the ruler of Virgo, it's going to be in Aries. Mars is the ruler of Aries in that 10th house, a career, appearance. What will be illuminated? Something that was hidden will come out. Something, sorry, I want to go back there for a second because I feel like I'm getting something that was hidden about relationships regarding the past will come out. And if it's not about relationships, then I feel like something about your career, or for those that want to make something happen, like on an entrepreneur. I feel like I'm saying that wrong, weird. Something would be illuminated there for you guys that maybe needs fixing. Or maybe like what it is you guys value, what it is you guys value on a spiritual level as well. Hold on. And I'm also getting something could have been illuminated with the way you guys speak, because I'm seeing Mercury and communication. It could be very direct, because the two things, that's where Aries and Virgo energy can be very similar, except Aries energy can just be very, I don't want to put us down, but just tactless. And Virgo energy, it's classy, but very straightforward. So it's not trying to, it wants to help. It's definitely healer energy. It's literally telling you what's wrong because it cares. But people usually get annoyed with Virgo energy because deep down we usually know what's wrong, but we don't want to hear that. We want to hear the Pisces energy. But Virgo energy doesn't believe like that's going to help. So that could have been illuminated with you guys as well during this time. So technically with your voice chakra, Taurus, Uranus being in Taurus, something could have been suddenly illuminated about like your own shadow. Okay, now we move on. Sorry. Right, March 15th, Mercury in Aries goes retrograde at 9 degrees. All right, so retrograde, a redo, a review. Your mind will go back to old ideas. No. Sorry. Your mind will go back to old ideas, old conversations, revisiting old ideas that aren't the best, or you may be hearing from people you know you shouldn't be speaking to, or who you know aren't good for you. You may feel like you have two paths to choose from and you don't know which one to go down. So Mercury going in retrograde in Aries again, this is definitely, because it's in the 7th house of committed relationships, it's either people that you've worked with or people you've dated. Anything else? Could be people you've gone to school with, because Mercury rules Gemini in your 9th house. Could be people you've traveled with too, actually. Anything else? I don't think there's any. I've already really went over it. March 19th, Sun in Pisces is conjunct Neptune in Pisces at 29 degrees in that 6th house. So spiritual, religious beliefs, confidence through manifesting or a belief system. North Node in Pisces energy, going after something that feels fated or destined. Confidence in yourself and how you dress and look. Hollywood vibes. Having faith. Intuitively having an inner knowing what your body needs or lacks in. Something about herbal tea. Okay, anything else I want to say to that? Sun conjunct Neptune in Pisces in the 6th house. Again, I feel like you may be intuitively in touch with something regarding work and what it is you want to do. If it's not work, then I think it's intuitively in touch with how to heal, intuitively in touch with what it is you need to change, fix. Why? Because the 12th house traditionally belongs to Pisces and you guys have Virgo there. So there's something about the past that like needs to be fine-tuned, I would say. And it probably has to do with talking in a very straightforward way. Libra energy is very smart and intelligent. But with Sagittarius in the 3rd house, you may be very blunt and direct. People say they want the truth. They don't mean it. Not everybody means what they say. They want it sprinkled with a little bit of sugar coating. And the 6th house, the truth about the 6th house is it needs fixing. It doesn't matter if people have planets here or not. It's like whatever zodiac sign you got, it's like we need a little bit of fixing here. Why? Because it's Virgo energy. It's like Virgo energy is very good at spotting everybody's flaws, including its own, Just don't look at a Virgo and their own life, you know, and Virgos know exactly what I'm talking about here. So there's something to be said about that. So I think you guys may be able to see, hear, or feel something within your body, either something that maybe you guys need to eat better. This could be manifesting this way. Because why? The sun rules Leo. You guys have this in your 11th house. Traditionally, Uranus rules the 11th house. You guys have this in Taurus in your 8th house. Taurus rules food. So you guys could be feeling the effects on your body, the 6th house. You guys could know that, like, you got to get your shit together with Saturn in the 6th house. Especially with Virgo in that 12th. It's like your mind is always, I would be shocked if you said it's not on health or your body. But the South Node in the 12th is like, no, we have to, for our mental well-being or physical well-being. If it's not that, then I think it's having faith in whatever this is. It could be healing, literally healing. It could be physical healing. It could be mental well-being, physical well-being, I said that, relationships, feeling better again, getting the right job, or just that everything will work itself out. I think that's all I want to say there. March 19th, Juno goes retrograde in Sagittarius in the 3rd house. Okay, so what do I think this means? Actually, first, before I get to that, let's just read what I wrote down for the collective. Soulmate energy is slowing down because Juno energy is soulmate energy, and it's in retrograde. So there's a review, going back. So soulmate energy is slowing down, meaning not so much fun. You may have your doubts if something so freeing is really so free without a cost. I see for those that are single and dating or talking to several people at once, during this time you'll begin to think of someone specific from the past, hence not really feeling so free. For those that are just looking to mingle and have fun, I see this slowing down during this time, meaning the collective will be looking for something more serious again. When I ask the question, so what's the collective looking for? I'm seeing 2, which makes me think most people during this time want something serious or nothing at all. Okay, so, excuse me. For you guys specifically, I feel like since it's showing up in your 3rd house of learning, communication, speaking, and Jupiter, the ruler of Sagittarius, is in the 9th house in Gemini, I feel like there's going to be less of an interest in learning. That's how I'm seeing it, especially because Mercury, the ruler of Gemini, is in retrograde. And Virgo, Mercury rules Virgo, and the South Node is there. So that's how I feel like it's going to play out, which means for those of you that are single and out there looking, I don't think you're going to be, this is going to sound terrible, but I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't think you're going to be interested in other people right now. I think this is how Uranus is kind of shaking up your internal world before it goes into Gemini. I think it's making you guys selfish. I think this is like what Lilith in Libra is doing. I think this is like what that South Node in Libra, North Node in Aries was doing for you guys. I think this is, is there anything else? I think this is what Pluto in Aquarius is going to help you guys, like, come into your power. Because honestly, you guys need it. Otherwise, people will rob you guys blind. And obviously, I don't think it's going to manifest that way for all of you. And you got to apply common sense, because it's not good to be, I don't care what these videos on TikTok are showing, like, I'm sorry, and I'm sorry if you disagree, as the rising Libra in me can't help but create a prelude. to everything I say, but I don't agree with being ridiculously selfish. I think you got to apply common sense, because I do believe you got to use that Libra energy. Everything should be balanced. Otherwise, you're going to reap what you sow. That's what I think. So yeah, I think just like if you guys overgave in the past, I think those people definitely reaped what they sowed by taking, and never giving back. And I think the same thing happened to you guys as well, because you weren't fair to yourselves. And then at the same time, it's like you were mad and resentful with those people. It's like, for what? I don't know. My mom does this thing too, and she's a Taurus, and it's like, sometimes she just overgives. And it's like, I know deep down she's doing it because she expects something back. She's not doing it from because she's being a generous mother. No. She's like, she has motives. And then it's like, if I don't come through for her, it's like, wow, like, how could you not do this for me? And it's like, because I can't, and then it's like all of a sudden, like unevolved Scorpio energy. The book comes out, the day, the time, and the bullet points, and it's like you're supposed to give without expecting something, and you have to apply common sense here. Obviously, don't keep giving to people who would just keep take. Like, no, but that's the karmic lesson here. So I think Uranus is shaking up, breaking up this fixed energy that's in your internal world. It is, it's creating a little bit of a selfishness here. It's making you more interested in yourself during this time, because you guys have probably been burned. Whatever you do, don't become one of those chicks. I know they look super happy on social media. I think a lot of people reap what they sow without knowing that they're reaping what they sow. And I'm going to leave it there. It's just all about balance. That's all. Okay? Juno retrograde, I think also, if it's not about dating and you guys are single, how else can this manifest for you guys? So if Sagittarius is all about optimism and funny, and I feel like I'm seeing you guys communicate more seriously. That's what I'm getting, or putting energy into communicating in a serious way. And you know why I'm probably getting that? I don't know off the top of my head. What month are we in? March? I don't know what degree Jupiter is in off the top of my head, but it's probably close enough to that 10th house. And if Jupiter is the ruler of Sagittarius, right, you're probably picking up on that Saturnian energy when it comes to communication. So this is why. Boo! I'm just kidding. All right, let's move on. All right, March 20th. Wait, anything else I want to say to that? No. Okay. March 20th, Sun enters Aries in the 7th house. Okay. All right, so this energy is independence, I will, intuitive, reflection, facing yourself. Are you who you say you are? Prove it. Show me energy. A pause with a pause with self-expression due to Mars, the ruler of Aries, being in Cancer. The energy almost feels like, can they handle me if I am me? This is not your typical Sun in Aries energy. Intuitively knowing the path you have to choose in front of you, but feeling a little lack in confidence. Following your heart, doing the work needed. So yeah, so again, not your typical Sun in Aries energy, and it's tragic. This is because Mars, the ruler of Aries, is in that 10th house. So it's giving it Saturnian energy, which is good. It's good because we're doing the stuff we need to do. So yeah. But the sun in your 7th house, and you guys have Venus in retrograde. Ew. Hair everywhere. You got Venus in retrograde, Mercury retrograde, Chiron in Aries in the 7th house, opposing Lilith. May not be directly opposing Lilith, but I guarantee you it takes on that energy. You guys are going to be, people are going to be seeing you. People are going to want to date you. People from the past are going to be showing up. If it's not that, if it's not romance and it's people from the past that you've worked with, why? Because the South Node in Virgo, especially with that North Node in Pisces in the 6th house, and Saturn in Pisces in the 6th house, and Mars in the 10th house in Cancer. So if Sun rules Aries in the 7th house, Aries rules in general Leo energy in the 5th house, so Pluto energy. Oh no. People you would be attracting. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on 1 second. So I feel like you guys are going to be attracting people who are going to try to dominate you during this time. I know, honestly, that's nothing new for you guys with the 7th house being in Aries. I'm seeing it more so because Pluto being in the 5th house. Why am I going there? Because the sun traditionally rules the 5th house. And you guys have Leo in the 11th house, which talks about the collective. It talks about groups of friends, social networking. Because you have Leo here, it means that you guys are always standing out with like groups of friends, or you're always standing out from the rest. It's usually why like people have problems with you or feel like you're selfish, like, but really you guys have Aquarius in the 5th house. So it's like, this means the opposite energy. I mean, yeah, like you guys stand out, 5th house energy for, you know, quote unquote, I guess, being different, maybe obscure, weird, something, I don't know, eccentric, or you're standing out for something. But at the end of the day, it's like you're bringing others with you. There's something about bringing along groups of people or friends. Meanwhile, the 5th house is usually just supposed to be you yourself. Traditionally, it's Leo energy, but instead you literally have others here. So people usually have a twist in. But you have Pluto. Okay, so remember what I said before about you guys are going to be attracting, like while you guys are coming into your power here, because you're transforming this area of your life, whether it's like you're transforming this area of like actually having children, because this is having children, or it's you are finally coming into your self-expression, because it's like you weren't taught that, because you were taught to think of others. But if you look at your 8th house, which is where Pluto traditionally belongs, you have Uranus here, which is Aquarius energy. So something suddenly may happen out of nowhere while the sun is in Aries energy, when it connects to people maybe you've been intimate with, or people you've hooked up with, something of that nature. Or it could connect to people that to me, people that are powerful, or people who believe you are powerful and want to connect on a business level, want to share resources. But these people would be fucking annoying. Let me tell you right now, they're going to be fucking pushy. So just be careful, especially because Mercury's in retrograde and Venus is in retrograde. So you guys may, with Mars in that 10th house, may really want to achieve something right now. Libra energy talks about like the higher octave of Venus. So there is like understanding something on a spiritual level. Follow that. okay? Money is not do or die. Like, yeah, we need it, but it's not everything. So just don't get tempted. That's all I want to say. Don't get tempted. All right, let's move on. Anything else I want to say to that? Sun rules Leo in the 11th house. No, I said it. Okay. March 21st, Vesta goes retrograde in Scorpio in your second house. Okay, so Vesta is that inner flame that pretty much never dies, and it's in Scorpio, right? Except it's going retrograde. So to me, I look at this as that inner flame is definitely dying. So if Scorpio energy talks about wanting to merge souls, wanting to be one, wanting intimacy, wanting the truth, wanting power to dominate, and now it's going retrograde, I think not so much. I think for some of you, how this is going to manifest is it's going to manifest as wanting freedom, okay? So we'll get back to that in a second. So what I channel for the collective, the inner flame within us that was wanting intimate bonds feels a little tiring and draining now. Energy vampires everywhere. And for others, cue the NSYNC song, I Want You Back. So yeah, I think it's going to manifest one of both ways. I don't think there's one specific way it's going to manifest, because I don't think we're all living the same life, right? So I'm going to look at Pluto, since this is the ruler of Scorpio, and it's in the 5th house. It's in Aquarius. Aquarius energy is very freedom-oriented. Pluto energy is not. 5th house is romance. So I think for you guys, right now, this would be trying to transform, like I said before, with Taurus in that 8th house, it's like your internal world is very fixed. Wherever Taurus is in our chart, this energy feels like it owns. It just is that, no matter what. And that goes in every type of context, meaning like, since the 8th house is very karmic, so I feel like you guys probably resonate with this. I'd be shocked if you said no. When we receive our karma, I know I'm like this. I'm always like, I deserve this. That's Taurus energy in the 8th house. And I feel like wherever Taurus is in your natal chart, this is how it manifests, for good or bad. So Uranus is there to shake it up, for good and bad. So it's also creating freedom. It's trying to free you from fixed energy, because Taurus is fixed. Uranus is fixed as well, but it's freeing you. Pluto is trying to transform freedom here in that 5th house. So I think for you guys, for those of you that have been having difficulty trying to free yourself, I don't know, with these transits, I think it's going to be effortless, honestly. Especially because Aries energy is so independent. It's like, I don't know. And then, I'm just going to take it there. So Mars in Cancer is definitely diluted, but you guys have it manifesting in the 10th house. It's not Mars in Capricorn. It's not, because that would be beautiful if it was. It's still in the 10th house, though. So I feel like you guys are definitely motivated to take it seriously. What is that? That's so fucking creepy, the way it's coming through. You see that? Anyway, let's move on. Did I have another point to that? I thought I was going to say something else. Vesta goes retrograde in Scorpio. Oh, so another way this can manifest is regarding your money. Not feeling as passionate to make money in the way that you once did. It's always noise here. Always fucking noise. Hold on. Okay, and then for others, what I'm seeing with that 2nd house is, and how it connects to that 5th house. Remember how I said before, Leo energy traditionally rules that 5th house, right? I feel like I'm seeing something about inner child wounds. So you guys may have been trying to transform or heal yourselves with maybe Chiron and Aries, maybe abandonment wounds, something like this, especially with Jupiter in that 9th house. There could have been something here about you learning about the mother, especially with Pluto entering the 5th house. But I'm seeing something with Vesta retrograde. It's like I'm not seeing as much of an interest, but more so you taking initiative and taking your power back. It feels like you're not caring as much. It's almost as if all the work or all the healing is almost like wrapping up. It feels like a cycle is ending. That's what I'm getting. I feel like you guys are coming into your power here. So that Leo in the 11th house energy, it feels like you guys are going to own that energy. Okay, so that same day, March 21st, Venus in Aries in your 7th house in retrograde is sextiling Pluto in Aquarius in your 5th house. So again, this is the potential, right? Having sex. What are you guys passionate about when it comes to finding out the truth, and what are you spending money on in order to get it? Is it Scorpio season again? Oh wait, nope, it's Aries. So this may look like psychic readings, and for some of you, this will be about investing money into other things in order to get your freedom. For example, entrepreneur. Putting in the work when it comes to your power, whatever power means to you. Transforming your looks, makeup, clothes, physical aesthetics. Putting yourself out there on the dating apps, or putting yourself out there on the internet, social media, or trying to make something happen for yourself. For some of you, investing money into these things to either make money back or to see some type of return. Example, with dating apps, you can pay more to send a rose, right? And so you guys may be thinking that it's just like a joke or something like that. But I guarantee you the probability of those guys who pay to be seen, like I know when you log in and there's certain profiles that are more visible than others, whether they're like still actively dating, I guarantee you they still get more dates. So it's like the money is paying off in a sense. Depends what their intentions are. Let's see. Putting in the work and passion to increase your wallet money. Transforming the way you see things about the past in order to manifest better things into your life. Taking your power back, meaning you no longer care about the situation the way you once did. Anything else? And that's it. Okay, so for you guys specifically, how is this transit going to manifest? Sorry. So it's the 7th house and the 5th house. Honestly, it's probably all of those ways, because we're talking about committed relationships and romance and dating. And we're talking about Venus and Pluto. It's in retrograde Venus, so it doesn't mean that things won't work out. It just means that there could always be some type of thing you experience around Venus retrogrades or Aries season. You know, if something begins and it's long lasting, it doesn't mean it's not going to work out. But then it's like, if you want to think about it, like, do you want to deal with that? And even then, it's like that may not manifest that way. There's so many ways it could manifest, so whatever. Anyway, so transforming your mind on your outlook on dating, transforming your mind on, what is it, Aquarius energy, on how you feel about the collective, transforming your mind on how you have fun with the collective, how you can make money with the collective, how you can make money with friends. Where's Uranus in the 8th house, and Taurus, your wallet, the things you value. How you can make money in a way that works for you, because again, Aries energy, the self. Anything else I want to put in here? Mars, Cancer, yes. So in a way that works out, that is emotionally fulfilling for you guys. and keeps you guys balanced, emotionally balanced. With Saturn and Pisces, it's definitely talking for some of you about healing the heart chakra for sure when it comes to relationships, connections, but also the relationship with yourself. Your relationship with money. All right, let's move on. March 22nd, Sun in Aries is conjunct Venus in Aries in retrograde in 2 degrees in your 7th house. All right, so being smart and confident about love, money, and yourself, being socially polite, sex, or feeling really passionate, creative about something, funny, happy energy, having more than one option for those that are dating, despite the Venus and Mercury in Aries being in retrograde and Mars being in Cancer. I just don't see any of these options as being super worth it, but obviously everyone's stories are different. Bold and confident energy, but a little indifferent because I'm getting Aquarius vibes, and you guys being okay for standing out. Transformation happening, I'm getting royalty vibes, big confidence, and how you see yourself, Leo energy. Okay, so for you guys specifically with this Sun conjunct Venus in that 7th house, what do I think this means? Oh my God. So like I said before, you guys are definitely going to be karmically tested. It's going to be one of two ways for you guys, either with business and people of power and being pushy. Why am I getting this? 2 degrees is a powerful energy, and it's happening in your 2nd house, Scorpio energy. Vesta's in retrograde. You may at this point really not care about money or like power if somebody's a powerful person. I'm also going to look at Taurus because 2 degrees is Taurus energy. And you guys have Uranus here, so there may be a shakeup. You may not care so much about status anymore. Libra energy cares about status. And that's not like, I'm not throwing shade because I'm a rising Libra, but we do care. Like, and I'm sorry, I don't care how that sounds. It's like we don't want to waste our time with people who waste time. Why would we do that? Time is precious. Like, and I don't think we're stupid. We're smart people. We want to associate ourselves with people who are going places and who take themselves seriously. So it's like if you're just somebody who talks about it but you don't do anything, like, ew. But at the same time, people who have status and think that like because there's somebody will do anything for them, I don't fucking care. Maybe that's the Aries in me though. I don't give a shit. I feel like I've always been that way. I have this in my chart though where I definitely attract and I'm not trying to make myself sound some kind of way, so if you guys take it this way, that's on you. But I definitely attract powerful people, and I'm proud of that. I'm very proud of that on so many different levels because I don't have anything, or I don't know, I didn't come, whatever. I'm not going to get into it, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to change certain things for you because you have status or because of your name or because who you are in this world. I'm just not. Like, if you're, for example, if you're paying me for a reading and you are somebody big, like, I'm not going to lie to you. Why would I lie to you? Because I'm afraid you're never going to see me again? No, I'm not going to do that. I'm just not. And if you never see me again, then you never see me again. It's a risk I'm willing to take. This is what this transit is speaking of. And it's also speaking this way of romance as well. I feel like it's a gamble because Jupiter is about to go into Cancer soon. So I feel like you guys, you know how astrologers are really big on like, I forgot the word that they're always using, but how like, and I know people are going to be like, oh my God, how do you not know the word? But for example, if you're Jupiter in Gemini, then there's no way you're going to feel the Jupiter in Cancer energy. How does a soul slowly evolve over time? It's like you're going to transcend over time, right? Like, meaning you're not all of a sudden one day going to wake up in your Jupiter in Cancer, right? It's like slowly but surely you're beginning to feel the energy. So my point is that I think you guys are going to be spiritually in touch with what is emotionally true at heart. And you're learning what's true at heart with that Jupiter and Gemini in the 9th house, like on a higher consciousness, a higher level, a divine level, whatever it is you guys believe in. So, again, Uranus is shaking something up, a belief system or something you've always thought when it comes to maybe money. So yeah, I think that sun energy definitely is that confidence. With the Venus and Aries, this is self-love. With the retrograde, it's a redo, a review, however you want to phrase it, with that relationship with yourself. If it's not talking about this or your relationship with money or being confident with yourself about like what type of connections, like who you want to connect with business-wise or client-wise, or like what type of connection or relationship you want to have with your customers, clients, whatever, then I feel like this would be manifesting in the same type of way, but with relationships. It's like Lilith in Libra because Venus rules Libra. It's like all that anger about things not being fair has finally got you guys into your power to realize what is fair. So I feel like this is kind of like wrapping it up, and it's like graduation time. That's what I'm getting, because Libra rules that 7th house. I think Mars in Cancer, because Mars is the ruler of Aries, you guys are motivated to go after what it is you want in order to be emotionally aligned and balanced. Is that it? Again, Pluto, it's like you are transforming your heart chakra to see what is more in line with what it is you truly love, and doing things from a place of honor, a place that I know that was a bit dramatic, but truly though, like you're not doing it to please the collective, to please people, or to please, like, you're really just doing it to please yourself. And that way you can be a better version of yourself and then be a better version for the collective. You see how that works out, then that's true Libra energy. There is a nice balancing act. March 23rd, Sun in Aries. Didn't I just read that? No, I didn't. Okay. March 23rd, Sun in Aries, and that's 7th house, sextiling Pluto and Aquarius. If I'm repeating myself, I'm sorry. Neptune in the 3rd. So we got the 7th and the 5th house talking to each other for you guys. So Sun in Aries sextiles Pluto in Aquarius in the 5th. Again, a sextile is the potential. So transforming your shadow to get to your light, transforming your confidence, transforming your body, your look, signing up for an exercise class online, maybe with a friend, having a choice to make regarding self-expression or creativity, or how you communicate your feelings, some type of message. And for some of you, this is content creating. So how do I think this is going to manifest for you guys with that 7th and 5th house talking to each other? Why do I feel like I was saying it before, the 7th and the 5th house? I definitely was. I was talking about the 5th house. Why? Oh, because the sun rules the 5th house. Okay, now I get it. Sorry, I'm like tripping up over here. Okay, so moving on. So sextiles Pluto. So, okay, think of it this way. The sun is bright, it's light, and then the shadow is Pluto. It's like dark, right? So the sun is shining a big old light to you guys when it comes to your own shadow. And it's like, we should fix this. We should fix this. And I feel like as we get older, it's harder to change things that we know we should fix. So that's why it's a sextile. It's like the potential is there. You're going to see something about yourself that you can change. It may manifest that way, or it may manifest with somebody you guys are dating, where it's like you see that somebody's not good for you guys, and then it's like, do you guys want to continue this or no? What else? Again, I feel like this could also manifest with people you guys may be wanting to do business with. And it's like you could see something shadowy and like it's no bueno. But you may be tempted by their power or their money. Sorry. Okay. Sorry, I was using the wrong screen before. I always do that. So March 24th, we have Sun in Aries in the 7th house conjunct Mercury in Aries in retrograde. So intelligent, learning about yourself, going back to an old idea or going back to an old conversation. You may be traveling to a place you have already been, or you are talking about traveling. Confidence, funny, motivational, all eyes on you. Creativity, entertainment, passion, intuition, and for some, I'm getting telepathic. Let's give them something to talk about. Being seen online, recognized, acknowledged, talking about yourself, positive energy. So yeah, so the sun and Mercury in your 7th house. I feel like one way this could manifest for sure is like you guys motivating yourself. Why? Again, because Mars is the ruler of Aries. This can manifest in a positive way where it's like you are motivating yourself. This is go, go, go energy. This is take action. What else? The sun rules Leo, so there could be an energy to have fun, right? Because Leo is all about fun, and the 5th house, you guys have Aquarius here. There could be an energy, a business idea, because that 7th house can be about contracts. There could be some type of creative idea that you guys have where you can come into your power and make money off of it. Why? Because Pluto rules Scorpio. Scorpio energy is in your 2nd house, your wallet, your money, the things you guys value. There could be something besides like having a child at this time that you guys are thinking of, or having a family. It could be a business idea, or like if you guys already have a job, or you guys are already working for a company that you really like and you just want to move up and you want to be seen, you want to be recognized, Leo energy. This is definitely that time frame where you could do that. Excuse me. Anything else I want to say to that? Mercury rules the 12th house, south node. My advice to you guys with that south node being in Virgo, and the north node being in Pisces, for those of you that are trying to move up in the workplace or make something happen, south node in Virgo will always hold you back. Stop trying to be perfect. Just do it. Just fucking do it. Obviously try not to do too many spelling errors, or you can't be perfect. That's all. Virgo energy, wherever it is in somebody's chart, they're always going to be perfect in that area of their life. But if you guys are trying to do something at work, you're always going to hold yourself back. So if you guys are really trying to aim to achieve in this area, just put stuff out there. And if it's creative energy with that Pluto in the 5th and somehow Virgo energy is connected, just put content out there. Put your creativity out there. People are going to correct you regardless. I know that we value privacy, and people are really fucking annoying when they put their 2 cents in, because I think for us, we value constructive criticism, of course, but we value it from people who like have the fucking right, you know? And we also value it in privacy. I remember having this discussion with one of my psychic friends, and I mean, I have Pluto in the first, so maybe you guys don't resonate with this, but I feel like you guys probably do with Pluto, with Scorpio in your second house. Like, this is literally energy you guys value. It's usually why people think we're up to no good, because like we don't like to give everything away. But when people like criticize us or say shit, it's like, you did that publicly. Oh. And then your mind could get all fucking Scorpio, right? So yeah. Excuse me. So what do I want to say to that? So what, whoa, where did I go? Hold on. Okay. So what I want to say to that, what always helps is literally Jupiter and Gemini. I hope this has been teaching you guys how to laugh. Jupiter and Gemini is very inappropriate energy, because Jupiter's optimistic energy, Gemini energy can be like jackass energy, where it just knows life shouldn't be taken so seriously because we're here to learn. But it depends like where this is in somebody's chart, and they may just be like, now's not the time. And it's, you know, it's not that they're wrong, but so my point is that with Sun conjunct Mercury in that 7th house, I think you guys may be feeling super confident about something you guys want to do when it comes to work. You guys may be learning something. You may feel super confident with that Jupiter and Gemini for sure, especially because it's in the 9th house. You're feeling like really amplified. And I think with Juno in retrograde in Sagittarius, it's like you're done learning and you kind of just want to do whatever this is. So if it's training for a job, if it's like a job promotion, like I said, if it's starting a new job, or if it's or if it's for you guys, like I said before, having a child, it's like you did all the research already. Just do the damn thing. Anything else? For some of you with Vesta going retrograde in that 2nd house who may be having difficulty, you may lose the passion, because maybe some of you are having difficulty either having children. For some of you, this may be losing the passion to date because of what's out there. So what I want to say is ride the wave. It's just a transit. It's temporary. Don't think like you've lost. Because I always see women online where they're like, I just, you know, I think I've lost the will to date. I think I'm going to be single forever. Some people, yeah, but some people, sometimes it's just a transit. Sometimes it's just a phase of life, you know? Don't get worried about it. And the same thing can be said about, again, I'm not a, disclaimer, I'm not a practicing medical practitioner, sorry. But maybe it's time to do something holistic or talk to a doctor if you haven't already, instead of being, instead of giving up. That's what I want to say, and I'll leave it there. All right, March 25th, Lilith enters Scorpio. Wait, really quick, with that Sun conjunct Mercury, I think also, unless I already said it, you guys would feel very much seen when it comes to dating or business relationships. Like, people would want in on your energy. Okay, sorry. Now, Lilith enters Scorpio in your 2nd house. What does this mean? Well, Pluto's the ruler of your 5th house. All right, well, let's go to the channel messages. So Lilith is your hidden desires to claim your power, its rebellious nature, your deepest sexual nature, which may seem taboo to others. It's also that energy, like once you figure it out, this can be like one of your biggest superpowers. And no, I don't mean it like in a manipulative, bad type of way. Sometimes we're unaware of this energy within ourselves. And it's like once we heal this aspect, then this can be like one of our big superpowers. So the energy that I channeled for this transit is feeling and looking sexy, intuitive as fuck. Men may feel a little intimidated by women during this time. I see them having difficulty approaching women physically in person. Charismatic, may use this to bring people towards you. For some, this may be a form of manipulation. Magnetic energy, which then draws people to you. The fallen angel. Revenge is a dish best served cold. Num 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 num. It's giving me, I can't come to the phone right now because I'm not available, but I'm most certainly available. I'm just not going to answer. And I want you to know, because karma's a bitch, but so are you. Red settings left on because I want you to know. Who? Me? Sexy voice energy. It's giving me Jessica Rabbit vibes. Well, this is not a sexy voice, but you guys get the picture. So for you guys specifically, how it's going to manifest, honestly, it really depends how self-aware you guys are. What do I mean by that? Because it depends if you're going to be intentionally manipulating people, because it's in your 2nd house of your money, your wallet, the things you guys value. And Pluto, the ruler of Scorpios, in your 5th house in Aquarius. Got Uranus, the ruler of Aquarius, in your 8th house in Taurus, which traditionally belongs to that 2nd house, your money, your wallet, the things you value. But instead it's in intimacy, sex, or shared resources, or your shadow, the things going on inside your body, or the things going on behind your back. So for some of you, there's going to be anger, because there's going to be bullshit around romance, people acting up because they can't control you, Pluto in the 5th, because it's like you guys are not the same anymore with Uranus in the 8th, because Vesta's in retrograde. You don't feel the same way anymore, so it's going to annoy people because they feel like they can't control you. That's one way it's going to manifest. Second way, the second way, hold on. The second way is that you're going to know and you're not going to care. So technically, it's not that you're being manipulative, because you can't control other people, right? But it's like you're coming into your power with Pluto in the 5th in Aquarius by freeing yourself, because it's like you can't control other people, and it's kind of freeing, while at the same time kind of funny. I hate to say it, but you may experience it this way. You understand? So like, so it's kind of messed up. What I'm trying to say is you may have fun with this, is what I'm trying to say, with Pluto in the 5th house in Aquarius. But I think once Uranus is in that 9th house, because Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius, I think then like this will take on a different effect. I don't think all of you guys will even have it like manifest this way. I think, but for some of you where it does, then I think there will be like this higher knowledge where it's like you're free again, like another amplified energy of a higher consciousness, in touch with the divine, another dose of freedom-oriented energy. Why? Because now the 9th house is involved. 9th house energy traditionally belongs to Sagittarius energy. And now Uranus, the ruler of Aquarius, which is already a freedom-oriented energy, is going to dip into the 9th house for you guys. So I don't think I just think that Lilith and Scorpio energy is going to potentially manifest in a very transformative energy for you guys. Is anything going into Taurus? I don't remember. Hold on. So what I'm also channeling is for some of you that are going to try to have children, there may be anger around how difficult it may be. For some of you that don't want children, make sure to use protection during this time while Lilith is in Scorpio, especially while Uranus is in that 8th house, because I'm seeing that some of you may have anger with Pluto in that 5th house, Uranus in that 8th, Jupiter in that 9th. That's all I'm saying. Not everyone, obviously. All right, so that same day, March 25th, Mercury in Aries retrograde in that 7th house will be sextiling Pluto in Aquarius in that 5th house. Again, a sextile is the potential. So transforming the mind, transformative conversations, changing the way you speak, going back to an old idea, conversations, learning something new on the internet, example, dancing with music, transforming the body through exercise, traveling with friends or traveling for work, giving advice to friends, clients, taking advice from the internet. Due to the retrograde, I'm also getting that for some of you, you may not want to listen, you may not want to take the advice because you may not want to do the things you know you have to do. I'm getting lazy energy. With Mars in Cancer, yeah, I believe it. It's diluted here. And then Mercury in retrograde and Virgo and South Node. The South Node in Virgo, sorry. And then Jupiter and Gemini can be a very tiring energy. So how do I think this is going to manifest for you guys? So Mercury and Pluto are talking to each other. This is your 7th house and your 5th. And it's in retrograde. So old conversations or old ideas about how to have fun. Could have to do with work. Could have to do with how you want people to see you. Another way, conversating with people you used to work with. I feel like I'm just repeating myself here, but we're pretty much going back. I don't know if you're seeing what's happening with the transits. So I'm going to keep it short and sweet. You guys could be talking to people again from the past that you've dated or slept with. You could be talking to people who want to work with you or people you want to work with. You could be talking to let's just leave it there. Signing contracts as well that have to do with money. What else? Okay, let's move on. March 27th, Venus in Aries in retrograde enters Pisces in your 6th house. So Venus is going back into your 6th house in Pisces. Okay, so investing in traveling to places you have already been before, investing in a vehicle, people you've already dated, returning or vice versa. A lot of watching, but not a lot of doing. Fox energy. It's not necessarily smart. It's more about a waiting game, waiting for the right time. For those of you that have been having issues with the mother, this is still ongoing, but something is changing with the storyline due to Mars going direct in Cancer. But Mercury is in Aries in retrograde, and now Venus was in Aries in retrograde. But as of today, it's entering Pisces, so this will still take work, but it won't be as difficult as before. The advice is to compromise, only meet halfway, due to the Pisces energy and the retrogrades. If any party crosses one's boundaries, it will cause more issues. And honestly, this goes without saying, but with this transit, it will cause more issues. You'll need to stay focused, take action, be consistent. Are you distracted? Because I see most of the collective will be. I see mindless scrolling. land of the dead. Pretty much escapism, and then I see an emperor holding a scepter and an orb. The scepter is symbolic of dominion and control, and represents authority and leadership of one's own mind. The orb signifies worldly and control over their own world. Do you lack in self-control? Okay, so what do I want to say about this? So Venus going back into Pisces in that 6th house, I think this is basically going to make you guys want to go back to an old idea about investing money into your health regimen, taking your health seriously, or trying to at least, especially again with that South Node in Virgo. I don't think there's really anything that you may be like being more dreamlike about this idea, about maybe an ex, or dreamlike about yourself or about the body you want to achieve. You may be creating a regimen that is more... Why is this place so fucking annoying sometimes? Anyway, Venus rules the 1st house in Libra and the 8th house. I think you guys are just recircling back to a dream to make it more tangible, honestly. That's all. There's really nothing more else to this. It's either your health, it's either work, or it's a relationship you're daydreaming about. Or healing yourself, whether it's physically or mentally, emotionally. Okay. March 27th, Venus in Pisces in retrograde, and your 6th house will be conjunct Neptune in Pisces, in your 6th house in 29 degrees. Daydreamer energy, intuition or illusions, artistic, giving people who usually work in the industry work again. There's something about this. Hollywood energy, or something connected to the industry, or working with celebrities, people in the industry, or your old clients coming back. Big egos at play. Who will cave first? Let's break bread. This was the channeled messages. Someone from the past coming back to make amends. All right, what do I make of it? Honestly, same energy I was just talking about before, except it's more of a... You want to be careful to, like, if this is manifesting with a person, don't fall for the potential, because this has that ability. But the thing is, it's not like you're not seeing truth here. I know people are going to be like, that's not true. Venus and Neptune talking to each other, especially in Pisces, it's like you're seeing, it's this is the higher octave. I mean, it's unconditional love. It's like, picture when we die and like you're able to see everything, and then you're like, there's a clear understanding. This is something like this. So you may be able to see people's true intentions, but like, do they act on those things? You know what I mean? Like, people may act the fuck up, but you can see through them and know why they act up. But it doesn't matter at the end of the day. Like, you need to act on how they're acting towards you. Don't act on like, well, I know why they act the way they do. Doesn't fucking matter. If they're acting the fuck up, then that's what matters. Pay attention to that. It's beautiful, and I think you're a beautiful soul if you can tap into something like the unseen and understand something from a higher consciousness. But like, that's only going to hurt you. That's why Pisces energy gets hurt. That's why people consider this delusional. So anyway, what else? Daydreamer, intuition, illusions, artistic, giving people who usually work... Oh, I read this shit. Oh my God. All right, let's move on. Solar eclipse, new moon in Aries in 9 degrees. As well as Mercury retrograde going into Pisces in that 6th house. All right. Okay. All right, so March 29th, we have a solar eclipse new moon in Aries and 9 degrees in your 7th house. So 9 degrees is Sagittarius energy. So I'm definitely going to be looking at your Sagittarius house, which is in your 3rd house. And I'm also going to be looking at your 9th house because this belongs to Sagittarius. So new moons. New moons are new beginnings, a rebirth, reflecting, intention setting, goal setting, planting the seeds. With willpower, it's up to you to keep up with this new intention. And then, as I said before, solar eclipses are powerful. So this is a significant change. It's transformation, introspection, heightened emotional awareness, and potential for personal growth. There's new property or moving, traveling, new love interest, a new exercise regimen, better boundaries, a new creative project you feel passionate about, believing in yourself, having faith, sacrificing something about yourself that no longer works for you. It feels like limited beliefs. I'm getting the hermit energy, closing doors on people who cannot come with you to the places you are going, or this is an aspect of yourself that will no longer be moving forward with you on your journey. So what do I think this is about, or how do I think this is going to manifest for you guys? So 9 degrees tells me faith or manifesting, believing, maybe through action, that love is possible. The reason I'm doing this is because I'm not seeing that with this transit. I'm not saying that love isn't possible. I want to be very fucking clear here, okay? It's because I believe love is possible. It's just that this energy isn't giving me those vibes for this new moon, for my sun, moon, rising Libras. You guys have Mars in your 10th house. Mars is the ruler of this new moon for you guys. This tells me that because it's in Cancer, that something new is happening when it comes to your faith in yourself, or your faith in your career, your faith in relationships, like meaning like, I feel like either business relationships because it's your 10th house. The reason I don't think it's necessarily a relationship despite it being in the 7th house is because Venus is in your 6th house. This tells me this is connected to work for you guys, or it's a relationship with yourself. Why? Because the sun is the planetary version of your higher self. It's you guys. Even though I know Mars is your, oh, sorry, this isn't Aries. I feel like the sun would be the version, I'm sorry, I'm getting all caught up now. If it were love, I just feel like Venus would be back there, and it's not. It's in Pisces. Depending on what's going on in your personal natal chart, if you guys have things in your 7th house, then this could be that, okay? But with what's going on in this general reading, I'm not feeling that. That's what I want to say. So don't come for me, okay? It's a general reading. It's not a private reading. Venus is your ruler. It's in your 6th house, and it's in Pisces. Pisces is a belief. You got Aries in 9 degrees. Sagittarius, manifestation, a belief, faith. Jupiter's in the 9th house in Gemini. When I channel this right now, I'm getting, this is going to manifest for some of you with wisdom on how to take better care of yourselves and being serious or deliberate about it, because Saturn is involved here. I'm going to leave it there. That same day, Mercury is going back into Pisces in your 6th house. So traveling gets delayed, old conversations on traveling, or just old thoughts or old conversations come back up. The dream for some of you will be a big theme here around this transit. Escapism, drugs, going back to an old idea when it comes to exercise, being seen or recognized, all eyes on you type of energy for something you say. Spirit is showing me Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. So it's giving me Neptune in the third house vibes, which means people will either think you're lying or the way you're choosing to talk about things will have people not trusting you. What else is new? Oh no. Excuse me, sorry. Hurt. Okay. So, how do I think that's going to manifest for you? Exactly what I just said. Obviously, I think it's going to be connected to that new moon. But taking better care of yourself. So this could be connected to, because it's in Aries, it's definitely the self. It's you guys. Again, if you guys have Aries placements, then it's a relationship for show, or business partnerships, or, contracts, money exchange, things of that nature, close relationships in your life. Otherwise, I'm thinking it has to do with like taking better care of yourself because of Saturn in Pisces. All right. Later that day, same day, March 29th, Mercury in Pisces in retrograde is conjunct Neptune in Pisces in 29 degrees. I feel like the reason I'm getting self-care, like the body and all that, is because Mercury rules Virgo. And Mercury also rules Gemini. Jupiter's here, so wisdom on this. So it's like you're getting divine, intuitive hits or something like that in order to heal oneself. It's like your frequency, your energy will change. It's like when you dress better and you wear jewelry and, like somebody said this one time, one of these astrologers I listened to, where he was like, rising Libras. He's like, I know you guys spray perfume before you record yourself. I do. And it's crazy because I don't know why I do this. Nobody's here, but I love this. I smell good. I know I do. It's things like that, and it's a vibe. It is, and it changes our energy field. It does. My grandfather used to say, it feels good to feel good. Straight to the point, right? Anyway, hearing from people who are from your past, traveling far distance, maybe even out of the country, trying holistic spiritual practices, talking to people who live in other countries or who are a different culture or who speak another language, fame, Hollywood, or connected to people who are well connected, artsy, music, hard to focus, time goes by quickly, but did you get anything accomplished? Thinking about people from your past, but also wondering about your future. So if you guys already have strong Neptune, Pisces placements already, then this is nothing new. Conversations that are dreamlike. Goodbyes. All right, so again, how is this going to manifest for you guys? Mercury conjunct Neptune in your 6th house. Thoughts about the past, thoughts about how to take better care of yourself, thoughts about work, what you guys want to do for work. Yeah, thoughts about traveling, everything. I feel like I really said it, to be honest with you guys. March 30th, Neptune enters Aries. Okay, so Neptune enters Aries in that 7th house. So the dream needs action, lights, camera, action. Some of you will be talking about the dream, talking about what it is you want to do, putting ideas out there or trying to figure out what is wrong in order to get it right. This connects with Virgo, being open to constructive criticism in order to grow. People may see something that you don't, so it may be in your best interest to learning at this time to be a student. For some of you, feeling passionate about another, but be careful what you consider to be romantic, because others may consider this to be clingy and put their walls up. It gives me Aries vibes, kind of like a Sour Patch candy. One minute they're sour, the next minute they're sweet, except this is happening at the same time because someone feels like the other is too much. So now the other person is sour because you're too sweet. la la land over another romantically, illusions or intuition. James Dean vibes. Not really having strong boundaries. Okay, so how do I think this is going to manifest for you guys specifically with Neptune and Aries in your 7th house? Okay, I'm seeing, so I think of Neptune as the magician, especially when it connects to the 1st house. So I know Aries, you guys have this vice versa. Well, we have this vice versa. So this is still giving me the magician vibes when it's in Aries, regardless. So Mars, the ruler of Aries, is in the 10th house. So I feel like this is going to connect to business for you guys, career, or how you guys are seen. So I feel like this is going to help you guys with money. I feel like you guys are going to be able to manifest powerful connections or clients is what I want to say. Or a position, like whatever it is you guys are looking for. I really haven't been following what they've been saying for us with 2025. I've only seen the short videos where they're pretty much saying, like, for the cardinal signs, it's like our time. So I haven't like figured it out, like broken it down. Like I'm kind of just going with it right now, and I could see what it is, like why this would be the case. And I could see why this would be the case for other zodiac signs too, not just cardinal. But the 7th house, because when I close my eyes, I'm seeing pretty much like a wallet full of money. Nice. No, but the 6th house is in Pisces. So, so if this is what Neptune rules, right? To me, it's connecting to work. Mars is in the 10th house, so it's just confirming that for me. The 12th house is originally ruled by Pisces, and you guys have Virgo there. Again, work. What else do I want to say about that? I know you guys want to hear relationships probably, but let's see. So if you guys want to try to figure out somebody worth committing to, because I am seeing a ring, I feel intuitively it's more so in Saturn. Don't quote me. I'd have to look into it further, but I feel like it's when Saturn is conjunct Neptune in that 7th. I just feel like Saturn is probably involved in some type of way. And maybe it's when Venus is in your 7th as well. Maybe it's around that time frame. So if you guys are like intentionally dating out there, I feel like something would be beginning. I feel like, yeah, something would be beginning potentially in 2025 for you. If not 2025, then 2026, and it would be long term. Wait, hold on. Because Jupiter's entering Cancer, and then, but Uranus is entering Gemini. My Scorpio energy is like, but wait, hold on. I don't think so. All right, let's just move on. Since I'm not getting love right now, I would say with Neptune being in that 7th house right now, it's not that the possibilities of somebody coming in right now wouldn't lead to commitment down the road, but you want to be super careful while Neptune is in the 7th. Why? Because this is the magician. This is think of like the card tricks, but like this is the trickster. This is the person who hypnotizes you with their eyes. So just be careful. That's all. Just be careful. All right, March 31st. Mars in Cancer in your 10th house, trine Saturn and Pisces in your 6th. Sorry. So think Kris Jenner energy. This is literally what they were showing me. So to me, even though like I got my own opinion about her, I felt like the message was like, you could be very overly nurturing energy or protective. That's what I meant to say, protective. Protecting yours, okay? Or like very on the ball game when it comes to your money, feeling driven to work, okay? Because she's, you know, the momager. Doing the work you need to do to get whatever it is done. Seeing through people's real motives intuitively. Example, but why are you really doing this? This includes yourself. Having a plan before taking action, and this will come easily. Sexual feelings come easily on this day, so make sure to have your boundaries up. For those of you that are looking for something more than just a hookup, because others will be looking for just that in order to feel nurtured, emotionally fulfilled. So what am I saying? Protect yourself. Yeah, I feel like that's an easy day for easy access, if you catch my drift. So just be careful, and you know, if you're looking for more date, like intentionally, although I know that doesn't sometimes always get us so far. Sorry. That same day, March 31st, Saturn and Pisces in the 6th house, sextiles Uranus and Taurus in the 8th. So sextile is the potential. Going with the flow, taking your time. You do not need to make a fast decision. What's the rush? Listen to your heart before you say goodbye. That's what I was channeling, that song, okay? So there's something you guys believe you should like say goodbye to, but at the same time you don't want to around this time frame. Connected to a gut feeling you already knew about. Go slow, cautious. A light switch going on, a reality check. Trying to get to something in order to make you happy. Taking your creativity more seriously, and taking your budget more seriously. So if Saturn's in the 6th house, the place of work, your schedule, your daily regimen, the house of healing. It's in Pisces where it's hard to like make things tangible or to get a grasp on things. And the 8th house is your shared resources or intimacy, sex, things going on behind your back or inside your body. This could either manifest with something like you realize like you really got to take better care of your health, or like take your boundaries more seriously with people that like need to fucking go, that don't respect you. Do you like that? My friend always tells me sometimes, she's like, where do you like, because I just start talking like this. Anyway, so yeah, this is like that energy where you just may take things very seriously about like things that you take seriously and you need to take action on. And it could involve your money. All right, so this video is going to be for my sun, moon, rising Libras for the month of March. Overall energy, what you guys can expect to be feeling. We're going to start with that 10th house in Cancer with Mars being there. I feel like how this could manifest is you guys feeling motivated to take action, either to apply for a new job, a job where you feel recognized or seen, or maybe where it's just you make more money. If it's not that, then I feel like it's a different company where, again, you're getting the same things, recognized, more money, or it's like you just want a new job where you feel emotionally fulfilled, Cancer energy. If it's not that, then I'm going to say you could be considering becoming an entrepreneur at this time and taking action. If it's none of these things, I want to say that you guys may be feeling ambitious or driven to change up your whole appearance or look publicly, because the 10th house is a public house. And I'm going to look at that 7th house in Aries. Why? Because Mars rules Aries. So we have a stellium here this month. We're going to have the Sun, Venus in retrograde, Mercury in retrograde. At some point, we're going to have Neptune in Aries. We're also going to have Chiron here. We're going to have the new moon's solar eclipse in Aries in 9 degrees. So I feel like faith is going to be restored when it comes to your confidence in yourself. Confidence that you can achieve whatever it is you want. I believe this is the case because Mercury and Venus are going back into Pisces in your 6th house. So I believe some type of healing is taking place. Again, I feel like it connects to your confidence. I feel like it's a relationship with yourself, 7th house in Aries. Could it be manifesting with a relationship with other people? Yes, I think for some of you it could be. I just think this is more of a confidence booster. Especially with Lilith and Libra in that 1st house. I think there was anger around relationships due to injustice. And it's like you guys are working very hard and taking this very seriously at this time with Mars in the 10th house about balancing out your emotions and your feelings within yourself. So this way you can attract the right partners. Because you guys are probably sick and tired of attracting, and I'm not trying to knock my own Aries people because these are my people, but Aries 7th house people, this is not easy. So in order to attract better people, you got to work at yourself, right? Like you got to work on yourself. And the thing is this, it's like Lilith and Libra. The truth of the matter is that Sun, Moon, Rising Libras, we always give too much of ourselves. And so it's like, you can't just claim that, like, we can't just claim we deserve better. It's like, well, there's karma to face for that because we gave too much of ourselves away. It's not that those people don't get their own karma. They definitely do. But it's like you have to learn the lesson of gaining boundaries. And that's why Saturn is in Pisces in the 6th house, the house of healing. So I think that's a hard lesson you guys are trying to learn right now, and I think you guys are definitely learning it. Excuse me. Anger may be motivating you, or maybe it was at one point, but I think it's definitely doing the job that it's meant to do. North Node in Pisces in that 6th house is definitely helping you guys keep the faith. I think that South Node in Virgo in that 12th house is making you guys, trying to make you guys more aware to stay away from trying to make everything so perfect. Because if you're trying to speak a certain kind of way, or only, like for example, if you guys are trying to be content creators or applying for jobs, but like you want your resume to look a certain way, or I don't know, whatever this may be, it's like you're never going to be perfect. And South Node in Virgo, like the lesson here is just get it out. Like obviously apply common sense here with this, but you need to just get stuff out there. Like look at this chicken scratch. You think I'm proud of this? This is a natal South Node in Virgo right here. I'm not proud of any of this. I'm just pushing myself to do what it is I need to do. Literally, this is how I'm doing it. I'm forcing myself to be uncomfortable. So I highly suggest it for the collective as well, because it helps. There's going to be a lunar eclipse full moon in 23 degrees in that 12th house in Virgo. What do I think this is going to illuminate for some of you guys? For some of you, it's going to be how you speak, because 23 degrees is Aquarius energy. Uranus rules Aquarius, right? And you guys have Uranus in your 8th house in Taurus. Taurus is the throat chakra. I think that straightforward approach that we use to help people not everybody vibes with, even though we have good intentions. It's people want you to sprinkle it with Pisces energy. That's why we have Pisces in the 6th house. People usually at the end of the day know what it is, even when they're seeking advice and help. They just want you to be not so straightforward about, you know, what it is that they've done wrong or what it is they need to hear. So that could have been illuminated for you, that maybe you're too straight up, especially with Mercury being in Aries and I believe in retrograde around this time frame. It's like that would be very blunt energy. So something like this could have been illuminated, or it could have been about your body, especially since it's on that same axis as the 6th house in Pisces, the body, the house of healing. Something could have been illuminated, like the unconscious becoming conscious. Again, are you guys always trying to be perfect? Are you guys trying to always get things right? Because you can't. It's going to delay you. It's going to drive you fucking crazy. Just do whatever it is you got to do. Put it out there, and you'll see over time, because it takes time, it'll help you. Where else did I want to go with this one? Excuse me. Lilith enters Scorpio in that 2nd house. Try your hardest not to be manipulative. There may be anger around children, meaning for those of you who are trying to have children, or those of you who don't want children, make sure, I'm just telling you what I channeled, make sure to, and obviously this isn't everyone, so apply common sense here. Just make sure to use protection. It's just something I'm picking up on with Pluto in that 5th house and Uranus in the 8th and Taurus, because there may be anger about pregnancy, especially with that stellium and Pisces in the 6th house, the body, and especially with that South Node in Virgo. Vesta in retrograde in Scorpio in the 2nd house. I think if Vesta talks about the inner flame that never dies, but it's in retrograde, I think the flame is slowly dying. I don't think we're going to feel as passionate as we once did about something that we once valued. And I think that's talking about like maybe merging one's soul with another, you know, or maybe things don't need to be so deep, or the reason I believe this is because Pluto's in that 5th house in Aquarius. So I feel like we're being given a gift from the universe, and we're able to free ourselves, because Aquarius energy is very freedom oriented. And Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius, right? And it's in the 8th house, our inner world. And it's like, it's freeing us. It's breaking us up from this fixed energy, Taurus. So it's like, if Taurus energy doesn't like to let go, it likes to hold on to whatever it's invested its time into. And if the 8th house is like sex, intimacy, it's like we're able to transform this at this time. So I think, especially with Juno and retrograde and Sagittarius in the 3rd house, we don't need to learn anymore like how to free ourselves or how to become freedom oriented people. I think the learning cycle, for those of you who have been trying to heal that inner child, the inner child wounds, or who have been putting in the work, it's like, I think it's graduation time, truly, with Jupiter and Gemini in that 9th house. It's like it's just about to go into the 10th house in Cancer. And it's like, I think like we're about to be emotionally fulfilled because we've done all the learning we can do. And it's like, now it's time to act. So, because Saturn's about to go into Aries. Do you see this fucking smile? I'm like, because Aries energy is all about action. It's ruled by Mars. It's how it acts. It's how it. I just feel like Chiron and Aries in the 7th house is healing all our wounds that we've like experienced with abandonment, or like really controlling people, controlling men, whatever it is you guys experience on your own. I'm sure it looks different, but I feel like since Aries energy is so independent, usually sun, moon, rising Libras are not. But with Pluto in the 5th, I feel like this is transforming at this time, and Uranus and Taurus in the 8th house. And once Uranus hits that 9th house, 9th house being a belief system, and 9th house traditionally belongs to Sagittarius, another freedom-oriented energy. It's like a double whammy. It's like more freedom-oriented energy. And that stellium in Pisces is just helping us with our belief system and having faith. So buckle up, buttercup. So what else do I think you guys can expect in March besides ninth house, Jupiter and Gemini? Because Mercury rules Gemini, I don't think you guys are going to feel as eager to learn anymore, because it's like when Mercury's in retrograde in Aries, I think you're not going to be as motivated to learn, or because it's going to feel like you already learned all there is to learn. But I remember channeling this before. This is not true. There's going to be more to learn, but it's going to be different things to learn. But I feel like that takes place next month. It's not for March. So I don't know why I said it like that. So Mercury going back into Pisces, this is why I'm getting like mindless scrolling energy. I think it's going to be very hard to focus and continue taking action and being proactive, especially because Mars is debilitated in Cancer. I would highly recommend that if you guys are trying to make something happen in some type of aspect in your life, I feel like it's work. I feel like it's literally work or just healing. Make sure to do the work. Like, please, please, please. I know that's so like, no shit, but like just try, because I think it's going to be very hard. Because you're going to want to escape with that stellium in Pisces. Because with Pisces energy, it's here 1 minute, gone the next. When Neptune enters Aries in your 7th house, I think for those of you that are working hard to achieve like better, or like an increase in your money or a better job, I think this is that transit that is definitely going to help you guys, because Neptune is the magician and Aries energy is the physical form. I would just say tread lightly when it comes to dating, because the magician is trickster energy as well. So you got to be careful here. It doesn't mean like you can't find somebody like a soulmate. You just need to be careful. That's all. Like, pay attention. Pluto in that 5th house in Aquarius, this tells me taking your power when taking your power back when it comes to being able to stand out, because I feel like with Sun, Moon, Rising, Libras, we have trouble standing out, because despite having Leo in the 11th house, we always stand out, but I feel like we get shamed for it, because the 11th house is supposed to be the group, the people. But somehow we're always getting recognized out of the group of people, so people always think we're selfish. But meanwhile, the 5th house is in Aquarius, meaning like the 5th house is supposed to be us, the state, like us, just us, like look at us. But we're always like, look at this person, and nobody gives a shit about that. So because it's not supposed to be about that. We should be honoring like what's in our chart. And we're always giving like other people the attention, and it's like there's just certain things in our chart that say like otherwise, and stop trying to give away your own light just because maybe you were made to feel bad about it at one point in life. So Pluto is trying to transform this area in your life, and I say go for it. And that's what I hate when that fucking happens. And I say go for it. Is there anything else? That's really it. That's really all I got for you guys right now. Yeah, I wish you guys the best of luck in the month of March.